From substance abuse to emotional turmoil to financial ruin, the tragic stories of child actors growing into troubled adults rarely raises an eyebrow anymore.
But for one actress now living in Orange County, growing up in Hollywood, just gave her more reason to share a message of keeping your feet on the ground while reaching for the stars. Maria Hall Brown sits down with Mary McDonough, who we first met as young Erin Walton.
Mary McDonough in her first acting role as Erin Walton, the perfect all-American girl in the perfect all-American family, and a show indelibly inked into the annals of American television.
It's a blessing, and the farther away I get from the show being on, and now that the DVDs are out and there are new generations watching the show, the older I get, the bigger blessing the show is. You know, in a career situation, when I left the show, it was very difficult. You know, it was the typecasting, the image. But I have to say, to have been involved with a show as classy as The Waltons, that had such grace and made such a difference in America and touched people's lives and hearts the way it did. I have one joke, and I always tell Eve Plum this. I always say, well, you know, when people ask me about it and being attached to it and say, "Good night, John Boy," I always have to say, well, it could be worse. I could have been a Brady.
But whether growing up Brady or Partridge or Walton, seasons pass, shows end, and a child star faces adult auditions.
You know, I ended the show and I was typecast as this all-American girl, as if that was a bad thing. And it was in the Dallas era, big hair and big boobs. You know, and I would keep hearing, "You're not blonde and booby enough." And I thought, well, I can be blonde. And, you know, all of my friends in acting class were having breast implants. And I made the terrible mistake of thinking that if I put something inside myself and changed me, then somehow I would be accepted and I would get to work in the industry in the career that I loved and didn't want to be apart from. And it ended up not helping my career and almost killing me.
After 10 years of suffering a litany of physical ailments, from rashes to joint pain to irregular heartbeat, Mary decided to have her implants removed.
I never wanted to be a poster girl for anything but a movie. And now, I'm an activist in Washington, D.C., and a citizen lobbyist. And, you know, I never thought that that's how it would go. But so many women in the industry were not telling the truth about being sick from implants that I thought, well, this happened to me for a reason. And I have to tell people the truth. Here's my experience. Call me crazy, but I was a healthy girl. I did this. I got really sick, had my implants out, and started to get better. You do the math.
Now enjoying continued success as an actress, Mary teaches youth acting classes in Huntington Beach with an emphasis on life skills, as well as sharing her message of balance and positive self-image.
I just did a speech to 300 girls at a sorority, and they came up to me and said, you know, everybody thinks this whole eating disorder thing is done. It's not. So keep talking. And I go and speak and do programs and workshops about body image now. And it's, you know, it's funny, side note, a little girl, a senior in high school, found me on my website and emailed me back and forth, and she's doing a debate about breast implants for her school. And she, I called her last night because she had some questions she wanted to interview me with so she could do her program. And my mother got on the phone and said, "I can't believe we're talking to you. Like, why would you call, you know, a stranger, this little girl, like my daughter, and just answer her questions?" I said, "Because it matters." You know, and I said, I feel there's a reason that all of this stuff happened to me. And my dad always said, make good lemonade.
Good plan. In Huntington Beach, I'm Maria Hall Brown, Real Orange.
And for more information on Mary, you can log on to her website, marymcdonough.com.